I'm making plays, I'm making plays, I'm making plays, bitch, I'm making plays. I'm making plays, making plays, making plays, making plays. I'm making plays, making plays, making plays, making plays.
Player ways, got them thinking about my next move. Better make your next move your best move. Checking for my chips, should be checking on your bitch. Sorry, I'm not sorry, know how difficult it gets. Full of suspense, we making plays, we taking trips. You getting played, you filthy whip, you need to quit. While we out here balling hard, they be calling our cars. Running circles round you square. Call the case, beat the charge. Could it be, cause I'm on TV, just from doing me. Running gate, hitting corner three, shout out to my team. Yeah, I hear ya, I hear ya. Oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda, just shoulda did it. You ain't got no lights, you ain't popping. Stunting is a habit.
Just kind of say, okay, we're gonna take a look at some old footage from, a past game from 2006, kind of talk about it a little bit, that kind of thing, all right? You got it? So we're rolling. You guys just almost make it like it's a conversation between you two, and you're gonna kind of do some analyzing of your past game.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Well, we gotta turn the air off too.
Oh shit.
Basketball kid for me, the love came probably in Louisiana when I was a young kid. But I traveled a lot. My father's like a VP in Kellogg's. He's been there for over 30 years. But we traveled a lot, we moved a lot. And so with every job, there's a different location. And basketball was kind of like my safe zone. Always being a new face. You gotta find some of my friends, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I can just go to the court. And being a flashier type of player, then, watching Pistol Pete, watching Magic, watching more of the flashier type of players, kind of stood out when I did play with the other players, you know what I'm saying? And that was always been my game, been my passion. Like I said, it started as a young kid, and it's always been my safe zone. It's kind of how I met a lot of my friends that I have today. That's how me and Tay relationship even began. It's because of basketball,
Okay.
So.
Wrong person.
You already know.
Good pass.
Oh,
give me that. You blew it.
Oh, shit. Hey, sell his ass out. Get him out of here, man.
Oh, that's
Take
short-handed
him out
shot.
of the game. Like, how you gonna do that and you gonna do that? Like, man, look at me do this. Good steal. Oh, I got on ball.
No, you fouled. Give me the ball.
Oh,
Give me the ball.
Hey, you here live with none other than the one and only Jate Gonder, Tay-Gun 9, owner / player / too many slashes, so I'll stop there. With the buckets, Tucson buckets, life in the buckets. We gonna, bring it to you live. Everything you might have known or thought you knew or wanted to know, you about to know. I was a kid, like that's basically, but that's when my first everything about basketball. I had basketball hoops on my door. I used to take the wire hangers and pull them out like this and just use socks and just play like that, and I could dunk like that, so you didn't have to worry about, you know what I mean? But as a kid, I wouldn't say I wasn't that good, so it's a little bit discouraging when you playing something or doing anything and you're not that good, but you trying to do the whatever the thing is with others who are good or way better than you.
Free trial, gone. All orange rims just came in. Bucket mobile complete now. Okay, rinse off, hit the streets wildin'. Windows let down, hit a beat pounding. Face turned up cause my team styling. Hanging with me, you gon' keep smiling. I'm the one get you in the mood. Running out of time, gotta shoot this move. Looking at your boo while I count this loot.
My name is Justin Lloyd. My position, I played with small forward and power forward between those positions. I'm actually a friend of the team. I'm also a consultant of the team. and I'll support her for the entrepreneurship that they've been able to move into the Tucson Buckets. I actually met Brandon Miller. I'll never call him B-Love just because I know the guy for a long time. But I remember meeting this guy in the 9th grade, actually one of the places I actually got cut, and that was at Germantown High School. Here was this guy. You would see him out there. He was ambidextrous. He would be out there with his right hand and his left hand. And so I'm like, if I can play like that, I'll be pretty good, you know? So it started by meeting Brandon, and it was just outrageous to see how this guy had this God-given talent. He did it so effortlessly, and he would be able to shoot with his left and his right hand, right? But he also did it where he took over a game. He made an impact. So to myself, I said, if I'm gonna plan to get out of the city of Memphis to play basketball, then I need to be with the best of the best. So we're talking about the AAU camps. We're talking about with people who had like this expertise and they're moving to different levels. And if you want to be with the best, you have to play against the best. And Brandon Miller was actually one of the best that came out the city of Memphis, coming out of high school in 1999. I later met Jay coming out here with the Tucson Summer Pro League when I actually played for Truly Nolan. And I got a chance to meet him, and that's how we actually had an interaction, because we would meet at the Udalls and the Randolphs and the little community centers here in the city of Tucson. And so that's actually how I met Jay, but I knew Brandon 10 years or a couple years prior.
Especially when you in AZ. It's what we do. It's just what we do. Yeah, it's just what we do. Hey, it's just what we do. And what we do is win. Hey, it's just what we do. It's just what we do. Yeah, it's just what we do. And what we do is win.
How I got to Tucson was one of our mutual friends, actually. I'm a year older than Tay, but the friends that they were mutual friends with were already out here in Tucson. So once they got here, I came out here. I was on a little world trip, and I came and visited for Halloween, and we turned up. We had a great week here. I was in college, and I was like, man, I'm about to get out of here and move to Tucson. So like 3 months later, December 23rd of 03, my friend's mom, she was coming for Christmas, and she drove from Michigan to Memphis. Her and his sister picked me up in Memphis, Tennessee, and then we drove from Memphis, Tennessee all the way to Tucson, Arizona. And I kind of been here ever since. I've tried leaving, but for whatever reason, I keep coming back.
They problems, keep it all honest, keep it all the way to 1,000. Today ain't guaranteed, tomorrow ain't even promised. So it's what we do. It's just what we do. Yeah, it's just what we do. Hey, it's just what we do.
I was a sophomore, so I played on JV. He was a junior, so he played on varsity. But it seemed like it was such a short time when he was there to play. I just remember he came. I remember being in the locker room, and they tried to do that hazing initiation stuff. And I remember B-Love was like, "Nah, I don't play like that. We ain't doing that." And it was, you know what I mean. So that went how it went, and me knowing everybody knowing like, okay, if they done, they done. But if they really wanted to, I know they could get you, but you know what I mean? But I don't know. If they ever did, I don't know. So my recollection was the games and being, traveling to each away game, JV playing first, then varsity. So his short time spent at Battle Creek Central.
Now, you ain't never had no style. You ain't never had that. No, you ain't never had that. Hold that down. 100 grams, like for the party. I'm the one that was trying to bring.
I really believe in the buckets. I mean, I'm talking about where I watched my son play the Nerf basketball and jump off the bed to the Tucson Buckets. You put the puzzle together.
To it, all my people good at math. It's Creek life, Battle Creek on the map. Huh? So where my Creek folks at? Hey, yo, let me state a couple Battle
I got shown a lot of stuff at an early age, so that's just what it was. You know what I mean? Magic Johnson came to our high school, but he came and he told us, you know, in all honesty, none of y'all gonna make it to the NBA. You know what I mean? And it wasn't no, oh, that's mean or that's rude. No, it's not. That's real. And you, as a person hearing it, and I know how I took it. Okay, well, we gonna see. Like, you never know. That's always was in my mind. Okay, but at the same time, it's like, well, dang, are you better than Magic Johnson? I mean, that's how you got to bring it. If you know what I mean, are you even better than people on the team? Like, it was a lot of thoughts. But even looking back, if I could tell a kid anything, shit. I mean, yeah, shit. Just you gotta tune out everything. All thoughts of, oh, I ain't gonna make it because he said I ain't, or you know, or whatever the comment might be. And that's not the bigger picture of the comment. It was real, you know, because he was saying it's not about your talent. It's about it's a market. It's sales. It's promotion. It's all that. It's not just you playing. Like, so if you're not marketable, that based off that alone, like, you know, you're not gonna get picked up. And this is what he was telling us then. So they would always bring people around us to encourage us, but at the same time, you know, keep it real. Like, it was that type of state, you know, and it was that type of city, and the strong, the people that was really doing stuff, they brought people around. You know what I mean? Rosa Parks, Gail Sayers. I mean, it's a long list of just strong people that was doing stuff even in those years. So, like I said, to hear that from them and to take it as, and then to look back like, okay, nobody from that team, nobody that was at that practice, nobody made it to the NBA, but a couple people went overseas, and then, you know, I made it to the ABA. I don't know if it was by technicalities, but whatever you want to call it, I made it. Yeah, I would have to give it to the childhood on. That's where, you know, my first passion came from, and wanting to get better, wanting to keep my grades up, knowing that, hey, if you don't have your grades, you ain't gonna be able to play. And that's what turned me around. You know what I mean? And nothing else. I didn't want to do nothing else.
She coming through the spot, you know she about to take dick. I'm running through them bitches, got them on the wait list. I got my weight up, I ain't never need to wait lift. I bought it from you, then it better be that comeback. I don't buy the whipping fiends sitting on the run flats. I be hitting corners, ducking Johnnies. If you want me, you can find me. Everybody know that I be where the fun's at. Niggas slipping guns up, get your ones up, where the drugs at. Man, I'm in the city where no love at. Pull up on something sitting pretty at a red.
Born baby in the 80s. And his mother met. We worked at General Motors, so I remember John Terry in elementary school, as long as you get good grades, we go shopping. And you get whatever you want, you bring home good grades. He bring home good grades since first grade. And he's still making good grades. We still go shopping.
Cash talk for me, Mr. Broke nigga looking for a handout. I let the cash talk for me. You don't wanna stand by me, I'ma stand down. Hey, I let the cash talk for me. You ain't gotta say a word, I'm pulling bands out. You ain't getting to the money, turn your ass round. I let the cash talk for me. Cash talk. Cash talk for me, let the cash talk. Let the cash talk for me. Cash talk. Cash talk for me, let the cash talk. I just rolled another blunt, I'm about to blast off. Hit the corner trying to drop another bag off. Rolling through the city looking like a damn boss. I let the cash talk for me, let the cash talk.
My pops, Lester Gonder, like I said, I've been here since '99. Sponsored many in NA programs. So just like I said, I got a different connection with the city that, like, if basketball didn't exist, it's just the realness is there. I didn't bend down to Mexico with them to Nogales with the whole NA group just to go. You know what I mean? We walked as far as we walked, and you know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, I done did it. So the genuineness, and my dad, yeah, nothing more than anything but to support anything I'm doing. He down for all of it. So anytime he can, he helps out. You know what I mean? He didn't spent some money on games or whatever it was for the team. I ain't paying my rent, but I just hopefully we make some money. Whatever. Like I said, it's all a gamble. Stock market, slot machine, going to the bar, talking to this chick. It's all a gamble. You don't always win. So, you know what I mean? So that's all. Like I said, he's just always been down. My dad genuinely helped. He wanted to help, and he wanted to see us succeed, And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you have more of that, you got more focus on positive.
My wife and my kids, my daughter's young, so she probably don't care. But we got a cousin that played professional ball in the WNBA, so she might not know yet at 2 years old, but it's just like, hey, it's in your DNA. So, and my girl, she appreciated it, you know what I'm saying? So we gives her outing, you know what I'm saying? She don't really like to do too much, but she supports, you know what I'm saying, just by being there. She's super chill. I mean, I can't really ask too much about them. They allow me to do it, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you can really, because sometimes a woman won't let you do what you want. And so she let me do it. So that's the biggest thing, is that she's supportive and allowed me the opportunity. So I can't ask no more from them, you know what I'm saying? And they're there. They have fun when they can, you know what I'm saying? Before my daughter get too crazy, she want to get out there on the court. So that's another conversation. I can't wait till she out there, but not yet.
But you can't camcorder that. Yeah.
Well, the initial thought of it was definitely B-Love, because he called me.
Joining the team, and I went out there for the tryout, called him up, said, yeah, we can definitely make this happen, bruh. It's not too hard, because we already played in the pro league here for the past few years. So it's just like, it's the same format, just on a bigger scale to a degree.
Keep in mind, when the Tucson Summer Pro League happened, you had a array of men, like guys who had played overseas. They had played rec ball. They had played all these type of leagues. But it was only these two guys who had enough gumption to say, we're going to start a team.
He was just telling me, he basically made a team, but he don't want to live in San Diego. He don't want to move to San Diego. And he was like, man, shoot, we can do this in Tucson, I think. And I was like, shit, let's do it.
Called him up, and him and my other brother, I said, well, we can do it. We just got to go to this meeting. And they had a meeting in Vegas. And me, him, and my other brother Z drove up there. Long night trip. It was an overnight trip. We went there, came back the same day. Learned about the ABA. And decided, it was like, man, still didn't know. I think I took a job traveling the country, and I called Tay, was like, man, let's do this shit. And then next thing you know, we got a team. Yeah, never looked back since then.
You know what I mean? Not even a thought. Like, it was as much, if you love basketball as much as, and being here, as long as I've been here, and the basketball scene, what it was, yeah, it was like no brainer. Like, yeah, let's do it. If that's what it's gonna take to do it, then that's what we did. So that's how it came up and about.
Everybody in the city of Tucson was talking about, man, we should do this, we should do that, we should reach out to Corey, we should reach out to Joseph Blair. But these two gentlemen, at the end of the day, those are the ones that put the actual work in front of everything they were talking about. So that made me inspired, because keep in mind, I get cut 5 times. So what do I know about dreams? I'm gonna chase them, and so they did, and so that's why I joined the club.
It ain't no show money, gotta get to more money, even when it's.
The name actually started with me and our friend Mike Rubin. We coached at Tucson Country Day High School, middle school actually, and the team was trash when I first got the job. Like, the kids was bad, and I was like, man, I can't add my name to this, cause not at all. I'm a baller. So we started a summer program for the kids to keep them playing ball, cause that was our biggest thing. Our kids didn't play ball enough. They just thought it was a fun game. So it's like, nah, this is a lifestyle. Like, so once they understood that, we got the summer program, and he came up with the name Tucson Buckets. And then there was already the kid name. I think we had already been doing it for like 3 to 4 years. And then I was like, yo, Mike, can I use the name for the adult team? He's like, heck yeah, man, that's cool. Because my mindset was like, when the kids get older, they have something to look towards. They might not make it to the NBA, but they can always come and play in the ABA and still continue to play the game that they love. So, you know, a lot of my kids say, one of my kids just graduated this year, so that's how long I've been coaching. At 18, so he could come try out now. You know, say I need a shooter, Parker. So, and that's how the name came about. You know what I'm saying? Mike was like cool, and I was like, all right, cool. And that's never looked back with the name. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those cool names too. It's like buckets. That's the game. That's the name. And that's the whole premise of basketball, is to get buckets, literally, or stop somebody from getting them.
You ain't never had no style. You ain't never had that. No, you ain't never had that. Hold that down. 100 grams, life of the party. I'm the one that was trying to bring Cardi. I'm the one that was trying to bring him out. You the one that was hating out your mouth. Watch your mouth. If you know I'm the number one option, number one draft pick, don't get your slap. Hip slap the left side of her hole. Ish tap. You got the right one, baby. Thank you for asking. 420, what up? I got some gas. $60 ace, puff pass. We ain't gotta wait. Bring your bags. Pick a flight, drop the top, do the dash. Coronavirus getting bad, grab a mask. My cousin's pops just passed, shit sad. I've been that nigga, please don't make me laugh. We getting to it, all my people good at math. It's Creek life, Battle Creek on the map, huh? So where my Creek folks at? Hey, so let me state a couple Battle Creek facts. We go hard, turned up to the.
So when we initially bought the team, I want to say it was like in May 2014. Like that year, it would have been like, you know, October, November, and we both kind of agreed like we ain't ready, like we weren't ready.
The biggest challenges was, I mean, his mindset was financial. Just trying to come up with a mindset how to raise capital for a business. I mean, we don't really have a business per se background. We know business, but the full understanding of it and once you have to operate it, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? And taking upon that, and then also just building the relationships in the community and the city was a small challenge. Even though we were already out in the city, we kind of had a name for ourselves, but the name that we had for ourselves was for other things, maybe with music, maybe just whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, just a friend, you know what I'm saying. But when you try to convince your friends that you're trying to do a business, it's also a different challenge that you have to face, you know what I'm saying, because they still your friends, but now for them to support it, that's another conversation, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of business owners and a lot of people understand and know that situation.
So we said, well shit, let's just sit this year out and we'll be we got enough time to, whatever we gotta learn, whatever we gotta do, some sponsors or raise some money, whatever we gotta do, we'll have it done. So that's the route we took, and up until the 2015 season, you know, we did everything, talked to people that had a lot of business sense, even if it's more or less than us, you know, just any good advice towards the goal that we was trying to shoot for, which was, you know, have a team, run a team, and have something for the city to embrace.
I mean, that was a challenge. And just, you know, understanding, you know, each other as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, me and Tay always had a friendship as, you know, just boys. But when you're trying to do business together and not really knowing what we know, we thinking we know what we're doing, but not knowing is also a challenge too. And then bringing in other people that claim they know what they're doing and not know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? That's also another thing, because you try to bring in, inviting other people to run, help your business or help your baby, and they not really know how to raise no kid, you know what I'm saying? So
You ain't never had that, no, you ain't never had that, hold that down. Where you at right now? You ain't never had no style.
Spencer Robinson. Well, B-Love, the owner, he's my brother. He's my big brother. And I know Tay growing up with Tay. And so that's my relationship is I help with the media, the marketing, and all that other stuff. And a lot of the, what you call ancillary areas of the buckets. That was my role. Like I said, the first game of the season, man, the gym that we was at actually was, the rim broke 2 minutes before the game started.
yeah, what do? Your first game ever. Fans in here, or fans don't even know if they're gonna remain fans, or they just want to check it out. They supporting. It's something exciting. Whatever buzz got to them, it was enough to get them in the way to lead athletics. And you know, they was there. It was full. And then I don't know what's wrong, but the rim not coming down. Like, this is one of the people from the gym, and I'm like, my first thought, I'm like, oh, man, how you respond to that? I don't know. What do you say? Okay, you sure? Like, what? Can you try again? Ain't nothing we can do. And mind you, we got the Orange County Nova Stars in town. This is our first game. They got they had an 8-hour drive. You know what I mean? And they got actors on their team. They got people that the 7-Up one-on-one challenge on Alcatraz, the champion from that, he on their team. They got Antoine Tanner from Coach Carter on their team. So the excitement for the game, like I said, the buzz was there. The excitement for us was there. We gotta get this game going. So this is what was going on. The rim one coming down, and now he's trying to figure out, well, what can we do? Because in my mind, I'm like, damn, we ain't gonna have no game. That's some bull. So we talking to the coach, talking to Coach Mario, talking to B-Love, like, what we got to. So the owner of the league makes a phone call for a favor. We didn't know who he was calling, but he called him, and hey, we agreed to a number, and everybody was like, cool, and it was like, cool. Then B-Love, me and B-Love was like, hey, come in here with me. We gotta, I gotta go tell the people, I gotta go tell all these people that we about to go play the game at this other gym, way on River.
And we had to leave that gym and change the gym 2 minutes before the game started. And somehow, miraculously, we get to the gym and the dang gym is packed. Like it was like we promoted to that gym the whole time, and it was amazing. It was a great experience, just like the greatest experience you can ever have.
And it was amazing to see all them people that showed up. Like it was still sold out. You know what I mean? And we had the game, and it was cool. We paid the money for the gym, and the news came.
Well, history is made tonight in Tucson as Tucson's newest semi-professional basketball team laces up its sneakers for the very first time. Meet the Tucson Buckets. Now, this game was originally supposed to be played at Lead Athletics, but there was some trouble with the gym setup. So it's at Sporting Chance Center, and the Buckets hosting Orange County Nova Stars. A great showing of fans there tonight, almost a packed house to see Tucson's very first semi-pro team. Is currently co-owned by players Brandon Miller and Jate Gonder, whose father spoke with us during the game.
Excitement, electricity. Looking forward to watching my son live his dream.
Those are challenges that we have to deal with, curves. But for the most part, those challenges only make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? It didn't kill us, it didn't hurt us, it just made us stronger. And that's what life is about, you know what I'm saying? And that's what this whole life with the Buckets has been about, you know what I'm saying? Just growing and understanding the challenge, because you create a bucket list. And this is our bucket list, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think we won the game. Like, I can be honest. I don't think we lost. So, but it was like the start of something that was gonna be great. You know what I mean? And if every game was gonna be like that for the fan wise, woo, it'd have been like that on my phone. You know what I mean? Every time I talk like that, it does that. So.
Right? And if you look about what Brandon and you look at what Jay are all about, they're giving people an opportunity to live their dream. That's the reason why he says, hold on to your dreams, live your dreams, Tucson Buckets, watch the Nets. It's inspirational. So that inspired me to be a part of the Tucson Buckets.
If anybody wants to going forward, come out support, like we can take it to the next level, get some players into the G League, get some players into the NBA. That's the goal, you know? So hopefully that's the next step.
I mean, we made it to the playoffs, you know, last year, and probably this year was a little rough, but so we know what our abilities are. So that's the one thing about it. We do know what the abilities are and the talent is. So it's just coming over this hill and this curve, and and then get into the next one. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to win a championship. It's only a couple teams that win it. You know what I'm saying? So we at least want to be one of the organizations that can bring it to Tucson.